Hello, everyone. It's Rebecca with the Santosha Way, and I am your Akashic Records facilitator. One thing I do is I work with the energies in your body and around your life. So I like to talk about living well within the energies at play. And today we are talking about the Taurus lunar eclipse. It's a full moon, but it's a partial eclipse. It's happening Saturday, I believe, October 28th, 2023. This is going to be 1:24 p.m. for the Pacific time zone. Um, that's 3:24 p.m. Central Time and 4:24 p.m. for the Eastern time zone. Now, this eclipse is happening in the Earth sign represented by the bull. It is ruled by Venus, our planet of love, and it's associated with the second house of value, our security, luxury, our environment. It also encompasses things like food, comfort, our physical body, those types of things. Now, of course, where you have this in your personal natal chart is going to depend on where this eclipse plays out in your life. And you can join us over in Phased by the Moon on Facebook to find out more. I'll have the link below, but I do share with that group the different houses that this will be affecting for your sun, moon, and rising signs. So you can kind of have a little bit of a understanding about where this is taking place. All right, this eclipse ends this Taurus Scorpio Eclipse Axis cycle that we have been on beginning back in November of 2021. November 19th was when we had that first eclipse on the Taurus Scorpio axis. So if you think back to that time, I mean, that's 2 years basically that we've been in this energy. How have you regenerated since then? This is Scorpio and Taurus. How have you regenerated? This feels like a huge rebirth moment for the collective into a more secure and stable way of being, a more fully embodied self, right? Taurus is about the physical body. It rules the throat. It rules a couple other things as well, but I know it is associated with the throat for sure. And it's really important at this time to get into your body, connect with your physical body, um, get into the environment, get out in nature, ground into the earth, ground your energy into this nice, stable frequency that might feel a little hard to come by because it's eclipse energy. All right. This is an eclipse, so it's really about surrendering to the divine at this time. We're being redirected towards our destiny paths. And if you remember, or if you've been listening to me for a while, eclipses work in pairs. And the first eclipse brings that tower moment into our lives where there's a collapsing of the old situations, jobs, relationships, friendships, all sorts of things. They are removed from our life in divine ways. It can look like breakups and job losses. It can look like a horrible experience, but it is a realignment. It's the tower is collapsing, the old structure is coming down, and we're going to be redirected into the next path, right? So the first eclipse comes through and takes that out of the way, and the second eclipse brings that realignment to the path that you're destined to be on at this time. And that's based on the growth work that you've done this year. Listen, we've had a heavily Venus ruled year working through these eclipses. The first eclipse in this pair of eclipses was 2 weeks ago, that Libra new moon eclipse. Venus ruled, right? We just came out of a Venus retrograde. We've been being realigned to these higher values all along the way this year. This feels just like a big culmination of it, and also really closing up whatever chapters we began going back to November 19th of 2021. Now, of course, this eclipse being a full moon is also going to go back to the Taurus new moon, which was in May, I believe. So you might look and see how much growth you've done in these 6 months, what you've transformed into now, and as much as full moons are about releasing and letting go, they're also about a harvest. They're also about reaping the rewards of what you have sown. Now, again, it's the divine at work at this time. We are in an eclipse portal. This is divine intervention, divine redirection. So allow it to take place. Allow yourself to be repositioned into a more aligned with you path in this moment that honors your values, your level of worthiness, and your authenticity. Okay? Taurus is about ritual, tradition. It methodologically tends to what was created by the I am Aries energy. So you may find yourself at this time a little stuck and stagnant in some of your old ways of being that need to be updated. Or you may have noticed how much you've grown in these 2 years from the way you used to be, but you may notice there are a few things that you still need to release or would serve you best if you did release them. These are patterns, programs, cycles, different things like that that we work in. So what is it time to really break free from at this Taurus full moon lunar eclipse? If you haven't fully stepped into what you're embracing next, do that final releasing work. Shed off those old layers. Let them go. Let them be. Ask, how can I break this pattern? And it may be a pattern of insecurity, closed heartedness, stubbornness. It may be silencing yourself or whatever's coming up for you, whatever you're seeing as a repeating pattern, and invite in more feelings of security and openness, going with the flow, ease of movement, being really anchored into your body. And when we talk about being anchored into our body, what we're talking about is taking our soul's awareness, our consciousness, and really grounding that into our physical essence so that we are moving in sync with ourselves, with our authenticity, and with the core of who we are. Some things you might want to consider: what are your motives for the things that you desire that feel like abundance and luxury and love and value? What's your motive for trying to obtain these things? And do your efforts, are they leaving you feeling satisfied or wanting? Do you feel fulfilled or are you longing? Are you thirsty and needy, even in your efforts? If you answer yes to that, you might want to transform your motivations, the motive behind what you're doing. It isn't wrong to enjoy food or seek abundance, luxury, even love, sexual pleasure, all of those things. Those are not wrong. These are our birthrights to take pleasure in this physical life. This is kind of why we came here, to see it, touch it, taste it, smell it, enjoy it, take pleasure in it, right? But if your desire is coming from a lack mindset, an impure intention, an empty motive, it's always going to leave you wanting more. If those are the energies that you're seeking this from, right? Seeking that abundance, that luxury, that love, that connection, that physical pleasure from another. You want to make sure that your motives are pure and driven by a passionate zest for life versus a desire to control or consume. All right, something to keep in mind there. The theme for this lunation feels like simple elegance. How can you invite in some simplicity into your life, some elegance, what feels like elegance to you? How can you make your overall routines a little bit more simplistic? Get rid of things in your life, release physical items so that you just have the things that really feel like pleasure to you. Something just to keep in mind there. How can you welcome in that simplicity and honor your body as well? How can you welcome in a more simplistic way of being in your own vessel? I've been noticing that just walking and stretching has served me wonders the past few days to really stretch my body and let the energy flow through it, wash through it, and release back down into the earth. You might also want to consider under this lunation what final energies need to be released from this old cycle that began all the way back in November of 2021, or you can look at the cycle that goes back to the new moon in Taurus back in May of this year, or you can just look at this particular eclipse cycle. What has come up for you in the past couple of weeks since we had that new moon Libra eclipse, and what else can you just fully let go of? What can you surrender to? Remember, I told y'all at that new moon eclipse that this is about surrendering to the divine and floating. Just surrender, let go, float. Don't cling to what is falling apart. Let it go and trust that what you're moving towards is going to better serve you. So whichever cycle you want to look at, if you want to look at all three cycles, I tend to look at the whole thing because I like to examine the energy and see the progression, see where we are. We're coming into this finale moment, right? This is the grand finale. What do you want to release and welcome in that full harvest for all the work that you've put in under this Scorpio Taurus axis that we have been on for the eclipse seasons, right? Now we're halfway stepping into, but not quite fully, and we're about to fully step into that new cycle. That's the Aries Libra axis. We did begin that cycle this past spring with the eclipses, and we just had that Libra new moon eclipse. So we're moving into a new cycle already. What do you want to fully let go of, and as you embrace this new one that's coming in? Another great question here to ask yourself is, where are you swallowing your own truth in order to be polite or accepted by those around you, when you would be better served to speak up or say something? Where are you swallowing your truth? Where are you silencing yourself in order to people please, be kind, be a good person, all of those things? That is old energy that we are letting go of. We are embodying ourselves. We're speaking up. It doesn't mean that you have to speak up in ugly, brash tones. You can speak up for yourself and advocate for yourself just in clear, direct ways. Clear and direct. No apologies, no feeling bad about it. I remember over the summer, someone said something to me and it came out of their mouth, and I thought, oh my gosh, I can't believe they just said that. And I simply said, nope, you can't talk to me that way. And it was very clear and to the point. I said, well, we're not doing that. You can't talk to me that way. Not okay. And it didn't have to go any further than that. It was just very clear, to the point. The message was received, and that's all there was to it, right? It was very simple. So you don't have to fight and advocate and scream and yell and fight for yourself to be honored. You can instead just honor yourself by speaking up and then removing yourself from the situation if it's not going to be respected by the other party, right? It's very simple. You don't have to make that huge of a deal out of it, right? Just be clear, simple, to the point. Speak up and honor yourself. Okay, so the energies we have at play under this cycle, y'all, Venus is the ruler of this lunation. It's the ruler of this whole eclipse cycle, actually. And I was saying it's so beautiful because we've been doing all this Venus value work. We've been raising our value, we've been recognizing our worthiness at a new level, and the eclipse is just redirecting us into those relationships and situations and connections that are more appropriate for us, that are going to honor that value that we now are embodying. That's the whole thing. You really want to embody that right now. So Venus, the ruler of this lunation, is in Virgo, and it's bringing about the opportunity for some deep healing and integration, as well as harvest. Venus is Virgo. Virgo is our harvest as well. So, and a full moon represents harvest. So we're harvesting all of the work that we've been doing on the self-love and our values and our worthiness all year long. Mars is also at play. It's in Scorpio, opposing the Jupiter retrograde Taurus energy. Now, this is about transforming those motives, that drive and passion. What motivates you to get up and do the things that you do? What motivates you to have the comfort and security that you want in your life? What motivates you to stay in your relationships or to have better relationships, right? Keep this in mind. You might have to transform your motive or your passions or your drive in order to reach the abundance that you seek in this area of your house of Taurus. Mars can bring about frustration, oppositions in general are tense energies, and Jupiter is about excessiveness. So in lower vibrations of this energy, you may have like an over the top agitation at this time, or even explosive anger. We also have Mercury in Scorpio very close by here, also opposing this Jupiter RX energy. So it's allowing for information to come in for a transformation of our mental processes as well, our communication styles, and is also opening up that door for tense or passionate communication. This can again look like agitated conversations because Mars is involved, and it can be over the top or excessive because we have Jupiter playing into this as well, right? So you just want to keep all of that in mind. Full moons are already extra potent. Eclipses just add to it, make it that much more powerful and intense. So surrendering to the divine is truly the best thing you can do. And how you do that is get in your body. Now, we also have Pluto active under this energy. Pluto is the ruler of Scorpio. The sun is in Scorpio right now. This is the Lord of the underworld. It is our planet of power and control, death and transformation, empowerment. So it brings about power struggles that ultimately lead to our regeneration into our own sovereignty as we take our power back. We say enough. I'm taking my power back and make that transformation. This is the gift that Pluto gives us in dying to the old and transforming into the new. We are reborn into a more empowered and sovereign being. It's a beautiful, beautiful energy to work with. And maybe under this lunation, you discover that the biggest thing for you to die to under this eclipse energy is the way that you manage your own shadow work. This is Scorpio season that we're in, and Scorpio season is all about death and rebirth and transformation. It is the caterpillar that goes into the cocoon, goes into a goopy mess, and then transforms into the butterfly. But often when we talk about shadow work, we're talking about the ugly parts of us that we need to transform, the parts of us that we don't like, the parts of us that are maybe jealous or insecure or stubborn or whatever it is, angry. We talk about those types of things, and often we're so critical and so much of like a perfectionist energy about us. We have these tendencies to always, I gotta do better, I gotta do better, especially if you're on like an ascension journey, a spiritual path, or anything like that. You can be really extra hard on yourself in the transformation work. And one question I'm always asking, I am a Scorpio sun in stellium, is how much transformation do I have to do before I'm finally worthy of having the things that I truly desire? How much more better, clearer in vibration? How much more do I have to do before I'm good enough? Right? And so maybe the biggest thing under this eclipse energy is to release or transform the way in which you do your shadow work. When we embrace our shadows and we accept who we are and how we are, and we love those pieces of us back to life, and we also recognize other parts of our shadows, because what is in our shadow is not just the things that we need to transform because they're lower vibrational energy. What's also in our shadows is our hidden gifts, our talents, our beauty, our brilliance, right? Those are also hidden in our shadow aspects. Our mirrors, which is this is our relationships. The people in our lives are our mirrors, and they're reflecting back to us these pieces, parts, and aspects of us. So when someone reflects back to us disrespect, where are you disrespecting yourself? Where are you not honoring your own boundaries? Where are you not honoring your own time or your own self? Okay. Now, when we look out at people though, and we see, oh, they're so brave, or they're beautiful, they're magnificent, we recognize someone else's gifts or how kind they are. Can we also recognize that that is a reflection of ourselves as well? I think it's time for us to embrace our shadows in a different way and really start recognizing that those mirrors in our lives are showing us both the things that we want to release and transform, as well as the beautiful essence, the beautiful aspects of ourselves that we want to embrace and honor and cherish, right? When we recognize other people's gifts and magnificence and beauty, we would do well to see that those are a reflection of our own energy. Now, right now, the Santosha Way is celebrating 3 years in business. And when you sign up for my mailing list on the homepage at thesantoshaWay.com, you get a free gift video right now, calling your energy back. This is going to help you practice that forgiveness for yourself and others in a whole new way while you connect to your higher self for wisdom and guidance that you can integrate into your shadow aspects so that you can lovingly bring all those pieces, parts, and aspects back to yourself and bring yourself back to life. It's a beautiful, beautiful little video. I highly recommend you jump on over there and sign up for that mailing list and get it. For a ritual under this full moon, it's an earth sign and it's Venus ruled. And I gotta tell you, Taurus, get fully into your body. Dance, stretch, move it. Do a walking meditation where you honor your body as you move it. Acknowledge that you're releasing to the earth all that's ready to fall away. As you take each step, embrace your essence more and more. In fact, that calling your energy back would be an amazing little clip to listen to while you're doing some movement. And it's just a really short video, so it's like 6 minutes long. Super short, but it will help really get you grounded into your own energy. You could also do a food meditation. This is where you take some food, like let's say blueberries or um, apples or something like that, and you take enough of a bite-sized piece that you can hold it in your mouth and you just rest it on your tongue and hold it there and acknowledge the food, receive the codes from the food, the frequencies from the food. Allow these things to soak into your body. This is how our our DNA connects with the food that we're eating. This is how we get nutrients and things like that. Blueberries are a perfect thing to do a food meditation with because blueberries are associated with the throat chakra, and Taurus is going to rule those vocal cords. So keep that in mind. Eat blueberries would be great. I'm speaking my truth with love and light. Hold them in your mouth. Really get that those frequencies, those codes into your body. Take it in, appreciate the food, enjoy the food. Practice eating slowly, taking bites and chewing them. For weight loss, guys, digestion, things like that, when we eat smaller bites and we chew our food completely, that is very good for our digestion and to help us lose weight, actually. Just something to keep in mind. Get to a place where you're enjoying your physical life and your physical vessel. Do something ritualistic by way of physically enjoying your body. And it absolutely can include intimacy, romance, all of those things. Those are very, very Taurus energy, Taurus, Scorpio axis energy things to do is go make love, go enjoy the pleasures of this life, but do it in a spiritual way, do it in an all-encompassing way. Really embody your frequency and appreciate the fact that you are a soul embodying a human vessel living this life experience. Okay, let's do just a little quick energy work around this. Opening up the Akashic Records. I think I'm really enjoying being able to do this for y'all right now to facilitate a little bit of energy movement. And don't listen to this while you're driving or operating machinery, but just open up the Akashic Records. Let's open up the Akashic Heart Opener and really send a flush through your body to cleanse and clear your energy and allow you to embrace all pieces, parts, and aspects of yourself in a whole new way, to allow your soul to come into embodiment into this vessel, to really be anchored and grounded in this time, in this space, in this realm, in this reality, to bring forth those things that you wanted to bring forth in this lifetime, those soul desires, those soul passions, the things that will be fulfilling and rewarding to your soul's essence. Soul fulfillment, that's what we're really seeking in our lives. We think it's about pleasure, physical pleasure, and it is, but our soul wants to feel in pleasure, enjoying this life. So let's invite that in. Let's welcome that in. Let's fully fill our essence, encompassing our body at this time. Maybe you stretch. Maybe you do some heart openers, some really nice heart openers, and just stretch your body and acknowledge. Oh, it feels so good to stretch, right? As you really come into your vessel and anchor in. All right, let's run some liquid gold honey through your frequency, through your vessel, and seal this in, lock it in, anchor it in throughout all time and space, all realms and realities where it is appropriate. Okay, guys, over in the Akashic alignments, this is part of what I do over there is alignments for them, 2 group alignments a month and 2 personal alignments. We're having our personal readings and energy work this week. If you happen to get this video and see it and want to join us before this weekend, you can get in on that personal reading as well. Otherwise, whenever you join, that's when your month begins, so it's no big deal. You will still get 2 personal opportunities and 2 alignments. I have over 30 alignments already in that space that you can take advantage of as soon as you jump in there. Some of them are really going to help you get grounded. There's ones for the throat chakra to help you speak your truth, all sorts of different ones. But recently I have put up a few alignments on my website for individual purchase. If you're ready to become embodied and balanced in your energy, unification of the light body is such a powerful alignment. I put that one out. And if you're on my mailing list, I sent out a promo code so that you can get this for 50% off through October 31st. So when you sign up today, you'll find out so much more. You'll get those emails. They go out automatically. Check your spam or promotional folder if you don't get them. But this alignment, unification of the light body, is perfect for anyone at all who wants to be in more balance, peace, and harmony with themselves. But it's also perfect for you if you're on the ascension path, spiritual journey in general, as well as anyone on the twin flame journey. If you feel like you resonate with being a twin flame, my goodness, this is a must-have alignment for you to bring yourself into union with your own divine frequencies, your own yin and yang energies, yin and yang, your own masculine, feminine energies, your own frequencies, right? It's going to bring you into union with yourself, which of course is what brings us into union with that twin flame eventually. I promise you though, when you're in union with yourself, you're not really worried about anything else from that point forward because you're at peace, you're at ease in your own vessel, and you're trusting that divine timing. All right. I think that that's all I want to say about this for y'all today, guys. You can sign up for the mailing list at thesantoshaway.com and check out all my services. I do have regular one-on-one Akashic record sessions where I clear your energy, align you. I can help you get answers, wisdom, guidance from the highest realms of the Akash, from your own guides, from your own higher selves. And I do work with the angels to do beautiful energy movement, to really help you become fully embodied into your sovereign self. Otherwise, the Akashic Alignments membership is like the coolest thing to be in. It's the most cost-effective way to get personal support and overall support as well. And if you're not there yet, go grab one of those alignments that I have available individually and start working with balancing your energy, coming into harmony. And if all else fails, just get that calling back your energy video. It's free when you sign up for my mailing list, and sit with that. I would do it daily. Call your energy back daily, as many times as you need to really embody your own frequency. Guys, we're closing up a chapter here with this eclipse cycle. Continue to float down the river. Trust in the divine. Trust that you are held. Trust in the love that is. Trust in the love that you are. Allow yourself to flow forward into that which is going to honor your own personal value, worthiness, and essence. All right, until next time, may you be Santosha.